What the heck, Luke? Everyone else is given nice statements. A lot of them are, you're a great warrior, you're a great fighter, which is, I'm not. I know that right now we're in the midst of a war with the Yuuzhan Vong, but I feel like those aren't the inherent traits of Jedi. And so Jacen questioning and Techly being a healer are very, very important. Perhaps more important than being a fighter. It's a very sticky situation. The prequels, old Jedi Order, I think also had a lot of the same issues where they were separate but also fell under the purview of the Senate, and that's how they got involved in the Clone Wars, which Jedi being military officers, I'm not sure how true that is to the goals and the nature of the Jedi Order. Luke has a conversation with Fior Rodin, another one of the senators who wants to be chief of state. And Rodin had a lot of good points, which is basically that the Jedi have co-opted these military missions. They have a lot of power within the government, but they want to stay outside the government. And Luke's trying to reconcile those, but I'm not always keen on how he does. He seems to come to the decision that it's fine for Jedi to serve. But a lot of the Jedi we have serving either were military members before they started their Jedi training, or people like Jaina, who was recruited because she was a Jedi, but also because she had this great flying ability. And just saying, yeah, you can all join the military now, seems to be falling down the trap that the Clone Wars fell down, but I don't know. Maybe this will all get sorted, but I was a little leery of developments here. Jagged Fell appears. He talks to Han and Leia, and it's like old Jag. It's like the relationship that Jaina and Jag have is just addressed in a few one-off lines, but the way he behaves and the way she behaves don't seem to address the history they have with each other. Kype Durn's given another squadron. Why would you give Kype a squadron? He's lost so many of them at this point. And there's some other niggling things there too, like having a knighting ceremony with the Jedi who participated in the Jedi Strike Team. That's nice. It seems a little bit too much grandstanding for what Luke's Jedi Order wants to be, but it was pretty much set in place by the new Chief of State, so I can see why it happened. But Jaina and Jacen were already knighted in the Young Jedi Knight series. Alima Rar and her sister were already Jedi Knights, I thought. So it's things like that where it doesn't always fit really well with the things that came before. One of the issues of tone I noticed was how Williams treated Admiral Kre'fey. What we saw of Admiral Kre'fey in previous books made him very unlike the Bothan officers that we had encountered before. Because of his training and because of his teachers, he doesn't follow the normal Bothan tribal way of thinking. He's related to Borskfelia, but he does not agree with him. And it was disappointing then to see him come back completely a true believer in the Bothan Kree and just running around his bridge acting like a buffoon. It very much felt like taking a character and having an interesting idea and just plugging them in there, even though it didn't fit with what we had seen of him before. There were also some continuity errors, which happen. They've happened in a number of the books so far, but some of these were really noticeable to me. The first was that the Jedi Tracini Lobi, who we first met in Balance Point, is appointed to the Jedi Council. In Balance Point, we are told that she's a Chev, which is a humanoid, near-human species. But in her scenes in the Jedi Council, she is described as a Chevin, which is a very different alien. They're Effont Mon, the ones that look like
elephants. We also had Jaina's wingmate Vale was in the first half of the book described as a Duros, and then in the second half of the book described as a Nemoidian, which are, again, two very different alien species. So there were issues like that where it either didn't connect with what came before, or it was taking characters we've previously encountered and changing them, and not for the better, I felt.